Hello, hello! Welcome to Crazy Games. We're back in Genshin Impact. I hope you are doing well. We are continuing the story. This one. The mysterious Wangshen Parlor. Accumulate Hu Tao to the Adventurers Guild. While venturing into Wu Wang Hill, you meet the director of the Wangshen Funeral Parlor, Hu Tao, an undertaker man who came there to officiate a funeral. We didn't get to see any funerals. The things kind of like hand waved that, and wanted to just set up this whole Adventurers Guild thing. In the course of a short conversation, you discover that Hu Tao is an extremely unconventional person. I wouldn't say she's extremely unconventional compared to a lot of the other characters we've met in our adventures. I mean, like, she's probably a normalist person we've met so far. Like, a young girl who I guess is a bit of an overachiever, being a funeral parlor director already. But, like, she has a cheery attitude and she takes her work seriously. So that's kind of normal compared to, like, a wolf kid or a water witch astrologer, a Chunibyo girl. Like, there's a lot of other characters who are more eccentric than this one is so far. She's a little bit. She has lots of dark humor, I guess. Oh, she looks right at us. Ooh.
あら、またあなた？そちらの商売には興味がないと言ったはずだけど。
I find that guy in the background there who just walked in, saw us, and put his hand over his chest a little suspicious for some reason. I don't know if that's just like a regular scripted action that he does as a regular. Yeah, it seems like that's it. He just comes, does a thing, and leaves as his regular like behavior. It's not part of the story at all. But the timing of it was a little bit weird. You again. Look, I told you we're not interested in any kind of cooperations. You describe. She's talking to Hu Tao at this point, I guess.
まあまあ、そうすぐ結論付けないでくださいよ。見てください。あなたたち冒険者協会の中には私のことを深く認めてくれている人もいるんですから。
I have to agree. Come on, there's no reason to get upset. Look, one of your number is an avid supporter of my proposition. I don't agree. I don't think it. I don't know what she's doing, so I don't really have any way to agree or disagree. All I know is she wants to partner up, but I don't know for what reason.
前回そちらと話し合った後にもっとお得なプランを作ったんです。例えば王城堂は冒険者協会からの要請を優先的に処理するっていうのはどうでしょう。さらに最初のお客さんには特製の箱を100個おまけしてあげます。
I guess there was this one character quest during the Li Yue Lantern Rite festival event thing, where he's like a doctor, and he's like his Xiao lantern wish was like he would like there to like he would rather have his medicine and stuff gather dust on his shelf, and have everyone be healthy than to have like good business. But Hu Tao would like people to die just so her business would get better to further her business like financials or something. I don't know.
あと現場回収サービスもつけちゃいますよ。一部の危険な地域は追加料金を取りますけど、リーユへのほとんどの地域をカバーしてます。安心してください。とっても安いですから。
Oh boy, she's kind of dark, isn't she? But yeah, what happens if this kind of reminds me of in Batman Arkham City or something, or Arkham Knight. Either of those work, where you can like defeat an opponent in an area in like one of those stealth missions. So you're Batman, and there's like usually like a level where you gotta stealth and kill everyone in stealth, or they'll like shoot you or something, and usually like Batman doesn't use guns, so like guns is like really hard to deal with, so you can only stealth to defeat your opponents or the enemies in the area. And if you like take out an enemy and the other enemies are patrolling and they see like their friend like dead or knocked out, I guess, they'll be like, oh my goodness. And then if that guy is alone, you can like take him out too, and then there'll be two bodies there, and then the next patrol comes and it's like, oh my goodness, two people are knocked out, what's going on? And before they can call for backup, you take that guy out too, and then now there's three bodies, and then it just keeps going and going. What happens if like there's like a dead adventurer and Hu Tao sends one of her cadaver collecting minions or collecting employees, and then that employee dies because it was in a dangerous area that the adventurer shouldn't have been in the first place because he wasn't experienced enough. So if an adventurer is not experienced enough to survive that area, why would a regular funeral parlor person be equipped with the expertise to survive the area? Now there's two dead bodies there because of that. Now she has to send in a third person, and on and on and on. That's a little bit silly. Anyways.
その私の考えを全く分かってないよね。
There's that guy in the background again. What does he want? Is he like, oh look, it's Hu Tao. I hope she notices me one day. I'm standing right here. Notice me, Hu Tao. I love you.
わかってますってお金の話でしょ。けど私たち王城堂が出してる条件は十分魅力的なものだと思いますよ。ほら、外での冒険には危険がつきものじゃないですか。雨が降り出す前に戸や窓の修繕を行うっていうでしょ。つまりそういうことです。
Take precautions to not like how would I don't know. This is a little bit weird. I feel like they're trying to tell us a kind of a funny perspective on like the Adventurers Guild, I guess, or how a funeral parlor director looks at Adventurers Guild, and there is like kind of a humor to it, where Adventurers Guild adventurers focus on the adventure and the questing and finding the treasure and going out and having fun, but they don't really think about what happens if they fail. And I understand that perspective, but I feel like at this point, Hu Tao's like, it's really showing how naive Hu Tao is, where she's trying to give a service for adventurers who dies on their quest, and I guess there's a market for that. I don't know. Whereas like as an adventurer, you don't want that is like something you don't want to happen ever. But I guess in the case where it does happen, you might as well have like someone who is specialized in that area of adventuring take care of like the loose ends. But that's hard to say, because for an adventurer, once you die, like you don't have to worry about anything. Actually, for anyone, once you die, you don't have to worry about anything because you're dead. I guess this does juxtapose the motivations and the will of the living versus the wills of the dead, because it is really for the sake of the living to know that at the very least their loved ones, even after they pass, they can still, it's not like a mystery where, oh, they just didn't come home or whatever, and they know for sure that he's gone and that you can properly mourn and then move on, kind of thing. I don't know. I feel like I have like absolutely no no good things to offer in this topic.
そんなものを事前に準備しとくなんて聞いたことないけど。それに準備するっていうなら冒険を安全に進めるためのものを備えるべきだと思うけど。
She would probably rather be paying for services that keeps adventurers safe, like, I don't know, big eagles that can be called to help take people out of danger or something like that, or some sort of teleporting waypoint system that all adventurers can use to teleport themselves out of danger when they need it. and invest into that kind of preventative services and technology over like, oh, we know that a percentage of our adventurers are gonna die. Let's also put money into what happens after our adventurers die. I don't know. It is a weird, not very often talked about side of like these kinds of things, like adventuring, especially in video games where death is like not as big as a deal most of the time, where you can just like go back to the last checkpoint or reload a save or something. So yeah, it's interesting that at the very least this game out of all the games I've played is like going into this topic.
これ以上は時間の無駄みたいね。私も忙しいの。
ちょっと待ってください。じゃあもう一つサービスしちゃいます。利用客が一度に10人いたら3割引きってどうですか？
どうしゅう、もうやめましょう。これ以上やるとまた洗顔軍が来ますよ。
見たところ王城堂のサービスを売りつけてるみたいだな。
I side with Lan on this issue.
一旦王城堂に帰るしかないか。こんなチャンスを棒に振るなんて後になって困るのはあの人たちなのに。現実から目を背けてどうするんだろう。遅かれ早かれいずれやってくることなのにね。
Go back to Wangshen Funeral Parlor with Hu Tao. It's weird that they worded it that way, since when reading that you'd expect her to be like following you, or you would have to follow her or something back to the funeral parlor. But she's not here. We just heard her like disembodied voice, and at this point I can like do whatever I want really and not go there. There's nothing like stopping me from doing anything else or forcing me to do this specific step. So I feel like that should just say go back to Wangshen Funeral Parlor and it just like period, end it there. Because that suggests like having with Hu Tao there suggests like, oh, there she is. That's weird. It's a little bit immersion breaking. I don't know.
こうなったらいつもの手段を使うしかないか。もうあなたに任せてた広告はできた？
すみません、まだ半分しかできてないです。でもこんなおかしな宣伝のやり方本当に役に立ちます？絶対
に効果があるから安心して。これは王城堂に代々伝わる方法なんだから。まず必要としているお客さんが王城堂の門前に置かれた何も書かれていない木札を手に取り、そこに依頼内容を書いた後、門の隙間から島内へと入れる。その内容を見た私が不法だろうと仮装だろうと葬儀だろうとお客さんの要望通り満足させる。まあ面倒な方法ではあるよ。あっちこっち走り回ることにもなるし。けど一度にまとめてあげれば。
そうじゃありません、同州。俺が言ってるのは木札の役割じゃなくて、その木札に広告らしき文言が一切ないことです。
Didn't you say the wooden tile should be blank? Wait, what? Did I just miss something? Did I like blank out and miss that she said this? Because I don't remember her saying something about wooden tiles and them being blank. Weird. Special offer?
いい？商売っていうのは時代に沿って変えていくものなの。王城堂だってそう。もし客層を広げずに過ごしてたら、どんどん顧客を減らすことになっちゃう。
I think at this point it would be easier for us to kind of go with, or at least humor her if we knew exactly what she did. Like right now, all we know is this funeral. We don't really know what she's doing. Like when we first met her, it suggests that she was like exercising some like spirit or something by using like funeral techniques or something to let them pass to the other world, which is in my opinion, not on theme with funerals. It's more on theme with like exorcists. Like funerals, from what I understand, is like an event for the living to kind of show off, or not show off, but I'm having trouble finding the right words to explain this. But funerals, a funeral parlor, like dresses up the dead and make it like an easy passing for both the dead and the living. They also set up like how the person who died or whatever wanted to be treated when they pass away. Like if they wanted to be cremated or buried in a coffin and have a grave site or something. So if we draw on that, she should be kind of mentioning like, oh, she'll get plots of land or something, or she would give people discounts in cremation services or something. But right now she's being really vague with. I guess she did mention the coffin thing, like premium coffins for Adventurers Guild, but for the most part, like we don't really know what she does. and especially for someone like me who has not really been in many funerals before, I don't really know that much about it, and it makes it hard for me to really understand the character motivations. And I feel like it's more so to the younger audience who might not have had like a lot of funerals since their life only started, kind of. I don't know if that makes sense. Let's continue.
業務先を開拓していくのもとても大事な仕事よ。私が同志になってからは往生堂のためにいろいろな方法を試してきたんだから。過去には他のお店と同じようにチラシを貼ったこともあるけど、洗顔軍にきれいさっぱり剥がされちゃってね。
How did she get into this position? If Mihoyo kind of gave us a little backstory of how she got in this position, we might be able to understand why she's trying so hard to make the business better. Because like funeral services is one of the things that will probably never become obsolete or become replaced by like AI or robots or anything. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense for a funeral service like company to try and advertise and try to treat it like a I don't know, like a utility or something that everyone needs. I don't know. I think because of my ignorance in this matter, this whole story so far has been really weird to me.
臨死一日体験を開催しても誰も来なかったし。
Wangshen Visitors Day. Oh, everyone come visit our coffins. You can try one out yourself. You can lay in one if you want. I think in like Chinese culture, like you don't want to do things like that, where you kind of like make fun of like dead people or things associated with people passing away and stuff. Like a big taboo thing in Chinese culture, I guess in a lot of Asian cultures, is that if you have like a bowl of rice and you stick your chopsticks into it, like you would stick incense into incense thing, that's like considered like taboo or not a good manner, like bad manners or kind of not good to do that. And that's kind of because rice is white, and that is usually associated with the dead. Like in Chinese funerals, usually people wear white instead of like, I guess, Western funerals where everyone wear black. If that makes sense. I don't know. As I said before, I'm kind of ignorant in this subject matter, and I'm only drawing from what I see on like TV and stuff. But yeah, I don't remember what I was talking up to what point I'm trying to make. But yeah, I feel like Hu Tao's character is a little bit weird, not because of how they designed her, but how lack of information we have about her, I guess.
当たり前だろう。
最後の最後でやっぱり代々伝わる方法が一番いいって気づいたの。これこそが歴代同士の知恵ってやつだね。
Like if she became a successor to someone, you would think that that person would have taught her like all the social faux pas and taboos of like running a funeral business or funeral parlor as a business, and would have kind of hammered that home. Like there's like a certain cultural thing in order to respect, some things to keep in mind, to not like mess up. And that should have passed down to her way before she has become a director, right? So seeing her as a director and not seemingly be qualified for that position by the way she acts is a little bit weird to me, I guess.
今はいろんなところに話を持ちかけて提携先を探してる途中ってわけ。さっきの冒険者協会のようにね。つまり業務開拓を行ってるの。別の方法がいいなら木札に1個買ったらもう1個おまけって言葉を書くとかどう？
何を買うんだ？
それはもちろん丈夫なもう一つの家だよ。
I feel like that was a cultural language thing that didn't translate over very well into English. A solid and durable second home, of course. I think in Asian cultures, people there's like this thing where you burn like piñatas, I guess. I don't know what they would be called. They're like fake cars. They look like piñatas of like cars and houses and money and stuff. So that when you burn them, it is said that the dead would receive it in the afterlife as like a thing they can use, kind of thing. Is that what they're referring to here as a quote unquote second home? Like she would burn one home, but because before that person died, that person bought the buy one get one free tile, she would burn a second one for free or something like that. I don't know.
すぐに使う予定がなくても大丈夫。王城堂の品物は質に自信があるからね。まず先に壊れるなんてことはない。
I don't know what to say up to that. No wonder you're on the middle of the radar.
さあもう引き続き広告の準備をしてちょうだい。私たちの今後の商売に関わってくるんだから。
けどやっぱり俺。
あ、わかった。割引が足りないと思ってるんでしょう。そうでしょう。確かに冒険者協会は新規のお客さんだから多めに割引したけど、昔からのお客さんにも同じように誠意を見せないとね。少し考えてくる。新入りさん、ちょっと待ってて。すぐ終わるから。
おいらたちは新入りじゃないぞ。仕方ない。この辺りを散歩でもしながら彼女を待つか。
Investigate the Wangshen funeral parlor surrounding while waiting for Hu Tao. I think I'm gonna end things here. I guess I've been talking way too much in the last two videos for this Hu Tao story. But I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to get better at forming my thoughts, but I still feel like there's a long way to go forming my thoughts into words. That's what I mean. Anyway, in the next one, we'll continue this Hu Tao story, and maybe it'll answer some of our questions. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Yeah.